It's Christine Wilson and Safira Galoob, and you'll thank us later. Tune in every week and hang out with us because we're a lot of fun.
And no topics off the record, we decided. We are open to talking about everything together with a bit of a sense of humor, a lot of self-forgiveness, a lot of grace, and always being wiser on the other end. Bring it on, girls and boys.
You know what? You'll thank me later that I'm telling you about this. You'll thank me. They're going to hate us, Safira. It's going to be nuts. Oh my God, you guys. I have had a week. I am barely getting out of bed. I am so fatigued.
That is so unlike you. You're like a bundle of energy in the morning. What's happening?
I don't know. Nicole, the other day, I literally had to set an alarm to join a call. And Nicole was like, oh my God, she looks like she just rolled out of bed. I was like, I did.
I did.
At 2 p.m.
Ding, ding, ding.
I think that this is perimenopause. And I think that this has been building. The symptoms have been building. And it's like one of those things where I could write off like one symptom, I could write off the next symptom. And then now I'm like, hold on, let me write all this down. Like for probably well over a year now, at night, my hips and my shoulders kill me. Like it's like joint pain every which way I roll. The other day I was trying to talk and I could not come up with the word Sonicare because I was telling my dentist that I loved my Sonicare toothbrush and I called it my Theragun. I mean, it's like these weird.
Well, you have creative memory loss, and I got to give you credit for like coming up with a not too bad alternative. I mean, you are a marketing person.
I would have like knocked all my teeth out with a Theragun. I was like, I could not come up with the word. It's like, what else? My hair has been falling out like crazy. So I have thick hair and I am like, wow, it's not much left. I'm taking
Christine,
Nutrafol for that. Let me
what is
name all my brands.
What is your age? I just can't. I know you're 40,
47.
Do you still have your period?
Yes. So that's the other thing. So I have an IUD, I have Mirena, and I haven't had periods pretty much hardly ever since I've had, this is my third Mirena. I would maybe spot here and there. Well, for the past week, I've had my period and it's been cramping and uncomfortable. So you just add all of these things together and I feel like I'm walking through sludge.
Yeah.
I really feel like
I wouldn't even say it's perimenopause. I bet you're full on menopause. You just haven't stopped your periods yet. I mean, I'm not obviously number two right in. No, I mean, honestly, what you're describing is such a kind of a common phenomenon. And my last period was actually the Friday that COVID shut down. And, and so I immediately thought, okay, I got to start. I mean, like I didn't really have the symptoms, but then the symptoms started, but I got to tell you, the OBGYNs that I have, talked with, they make hormone replacement therapy sound like, oh, it's just experimental and the FDA doesn't know and we'll try it. Like they're like, they do not give you confidence when you go in. And I have to say, I've played around and I don't know if you have as well, but I'm just not impressed with what mainstream medicine is doing for our generation. Now, there is an amazing woman on social media, and this is a shock that I know this because you guys know I don't use very much social media, but I don't remember her name, so I'll have to look it up and present it.
I think it's Mary Claire Haver.
Yes. And and the thing I love about her is that she's not only normalizing it, but she's giving us like confidence to talk about our symptoms. Because I mean, first of all, you make an appointment with your OBGYN. I had mine yesterday. So I think it's appropriate that I share, and you can tell me what yours said. But like I went in and I was saying that I really wanted to do all of this, kind of wanted to do hormone replacement therapy. I wanted to do testosterone. And literally, I mean, she's like, yeah, we can do it. It may or may not work, but we can try it. Like, I was like, I'm coming into you with real symptoms. Like, I don't have any other problems. My weight is fine. My health is fine. I'm on any other medicine. Can we be a team on this? And I am telling you, like, I felt like she was like, yeah, I mean, it could work. Let's just see. I'm not sure about the testosterone. I really don't know about the, like the dosage or whatever. And you may get hair and you may get acne. Like, I did not feel confident about trying this.
No.
And I was so disappointed that I didn't feel like I had a partner in my OBGYN, who's been my OBGYN since 2006. What the hell, folks? Not impressed.
Well, I think one of the things is the OBGYNs don't have a lot of data and they don't have a lot of information because there's been so little research. So little has been actually studied about it, and mainstream medicine has put like no effort into understanding perimenopause. I think there was a whole article in the New York Times yesterday about this. Nicole,
Yeah.
I
Well,
think my internet's unstable.
I'd
Am I
say,
coming through?
yeah,
Yeah.
we can
Hear
hear
you.
you. Well, because I just like the research part always just makes me like cringe a little as someone who has done like medical research. The hurdles that the research world, they're trying to include more women, but so many researchers just don't want to, because to have factual and accurate research using a woman, you need to know what, like, where she is in her cycle. And people don't want to do that because a woman, we fluctuate so much and men don't. And so women are often excluded, or they don't account for where a woman is in their cycle. Therefore, um, research isn't always accurate when it comes to a woman versus a man for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so this plays into that.
Well, and I heard an interesting thing. So this kind of, Sophia, I don't know if you've heard this. I heard this yesterday. Is that perimenopause is anywhere from like on average 2 to 8 years
That
before
I did
you're
not know
actually
that long. Yeah. So you could actually be in peri that whole time before your period
yeah.
stops. Well, and I mean,
Yeah, and
let's
well,
wait.
wait. They
Go
said
ahead.
menopause. This is the interesting part. Menopause is one day, that a singular day that start officially you are you have reached menopause, which is the 1 year anniversary of your last period.
Okay.
That's menopause. So everything up to that day of 1 year after your last period is perimenopause, which I had never even heard that term. I didn't even know what that was until a few years ago. So
Well, and
the thing we're talking about really is perimenopause.
yeah. Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing that kind of shocks me on a macro level. The three of us are pretty informed human beings. We take incredibly good care of ourselves. We are hyper conscientious about our doctor's appointments and our diligence on our, just making sure that our health is paramount, that whole self care thing. And we are completely confused about something that affects probably 99% of women. What
Yeah.
does that say about health care for women in this kind of phase? And I definitely think we should do a little research with Mary Claire. What is her last name again?
I think it's Haver.
Haver, Dr. Haver. Hell,
Yes.
maybe we could get her to, you know, send us a couple of clips as that. Here are the 5 things you've got to know as
Well,
you're bringing.
one of the interesting things for me too is like, and this would need to be something we need to dig into more, but I've heard that in countries that don't allow artificial chemicals and different things in their food, women have very different experiences. So that's even an interesting standpoint from like, again, food is medicine, but when you live in a country that allows so many additives, whether it's in the
Right,
food itself or just in the soil, like organic is not what it was 40 years
right,
ago.
right.
So that's,
The other shocking thing to me, you guys, because I was, you've got your estrogen piece and you've got your progesterone, you've got your testosterone, and the testosterone piece is I'm learning is a really important piece for activating your sex drive again and your muscle mass. It doesn't work for everyone, and insurance does not cover it. So now,
Mm.
as being a woman in my 50s, I've got an additional $150 a month just to feel normal and human. What is up with that?
And you're just trying it out because they can't even tell you for sure that it's gonna work.
Right.
Yeah, and you gotta just self-report. Well, okay, so here's the other frustrating thing. Checking your hormone levels, if you're on a hormonal birth control or already have been taking any hormone replacement, doesn't give them an accurate amount of information about where you actually are. So they suggested you have to like go off your birth control, which would mean I'd have to remove my Mirena, wait 3 months for everything to level out, then check my hormones, then we know where things stand. So what they're saying is at this point, it's actually faster to try different things and see if it helps with the symptoms. So it becomes a symptom treatment versus really data driven or
Yeah.
prescriptions. So yesterday I went on MIDI because I had seen ads for MIDI. It's MIDI Health, MIDI Health. And they take insurance if you have a PPO. I met with a nurse practitioner. We had a great conversation. And I told her, I said, look, I'm just like slugging through life. My hair's falling out. I can't keep my brain straight. I feel terrible. And she said, I could send you for a blood draw, but the accuracy is not going to necessarily be there. She said, would you be open to trying an estrogen patch and upping the progesterone? Because I am on a progesterone right now. And I said, yeah, I'm up. I was like, am I going to like grow a third arm or something? She's like, no. So I was like, risk feels low. Let's go ahead and try it. So anyway, I'm going to pick up my prescriptions later today and see, but I just really everything that was told to my mother was basically like, you're gonna have hot flashes and then you're gonna stop having your period. That was the whole story.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was menopause. That was the story that I had heard. My mother, they told her not to do any hormones, that it was dangerous and she would get cancer.
Yep.
And such a disservice to that generation. They just suffered and nobody talked about it. And I'm excited to see that women our age are talking about it. And then
Absolutely.
we're also helping each other.
Well,
I
I'm going to be
went right
starting
to my
testosterone.
texts.
Starting this testosterone this weekend, so I will definitely report back. I got my testosterone in Europe, and I went to the compounder, and they gave me a micro clicker, so I'm not taking the wrong dose. Because
Yeah.
you got the dosage right. But I'll let you guys know. So you're going to know if I like grow some sort of crazy facial hair and get all this acne. You'll know it's because of my new testosterone. But I am really hoping that I start to feel about like my old self because I'm doing everything else right. Weight bearing
Yeah.
exercise, cardio, eating super healthy, low bread, intermittent fasting, keeping my weight down. Like, I refuse to accept that I'm going to feel badly. That is not an option. So I think we, the three of us, are doing a service to our listeners. And we think you'll thank us later by us absolutely sharing out loud what our experiences are. Maybe it's triggering something for you to ask your doctor. Maybe we can get more enthusiasm from folks that are on social media who are experts like Dr. Haber. And let's just not let this be the status quo. Let's be the absolutely not of the status quo.
Yeah. And I will do a full episode about this. And I would love to have, an expert in the field come chat with us. And, because we're throwing out, I heard this from a friend and I
Yeah.
saw this on this and we're trying it, but like, but I just wanted to gripe with you this morning
I
and
love
just
it.
say,
I like the idea of an expert because I want to ask questions because I will tell
yeah,
you the other thing, like, and we'll finish with this is like my appointment was 7 minutes long.
Oh, I could rant
right.
about this for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we should absolutely use get an expert on to talk about this. And let's ask all the questions that all the women want to know that, have drummed up. And the great thing is we've got people at different age ranges who are at different places in their body development. So I think we can really do a service to our friends.
And I love that one day Nicole and Courtney are going to be like, oh my God, remember when we were on that podcast and they warned us that this was going to happen?
That's
We're
right.
not surprised that we
Right.
just called our toothbrush a Theragun. All right, guys. Well, I'll talk to you later. Thank you for letting me gripe. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.